All right. So in the last session, we started with the arrays, right? And we have seen how the array works internally, and we have seen one question. We have seen one technique, right? Two things that we have seen that we will use to solve questions of array. One of them is from where to start, because array is a linear data structure, right? So in linear data structures, we can move the traversing from left to right and from right to left, right? So there will be few questions
Okay.
on which there will be no impact, right, from where we start, right, for the sum, right? But it would be way easier for us if we want to find the left leader. Then if we start from the left, then this will be more optimized version. And if we have the right leader, then the direction from which we are traversing impacts, right? This thing we have seen in the last session only, right? And we have also seen how internally array works when we work with the index, why we start with only 0, why it cannot be start with 1 and all. So those things also we have seen in the last session, right? Have we used any uh, lead code question? Have you solved any lead code question in the last session?
No.
All right, no issues. Cool. So this is the only thing that we have done, and let's see over here sum of array and array helper, right? Cool. So over here we have done nothing, right? Cool. So all right. So one thing, this thing is clear, right? The leaders part, right?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So today we will see another thing. Over here, I want to reverse an array. Reverse an array, right? Again, this is way too basic, right? So we will not find anywhere this thing, right? Then when I say that I want to reverse an array, what does it mean now? That 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, right? I have this thing as an input. Cool. And if I want to reverse the array, then the output should be 5, 4, 3, then 2 and then 1, right? Again, very basic, right? This will be input and this will be output. Any doubt?
Yeah.
So how can I solve this thing? If I want to reverse an array, how can I do it? Any suggestions?
Reverse this one.
Try to
Two
visualize these two items, input and output. Try to visualize the thing. I mean, this is a very basic, right? This is the
two pointer. Two pointer they use
okay.
and they swap.
And then
They swap
all right.
point to one at the start.
Yes. So from here we have moved to 2 pointers, right? Over here we have just seen from where we have to traverse, right? And right now we are at the 2 pointer technique, right? So reverse an array is a classic examples of 2 pointer technique. 2 pointer. Cool. Great. So how can we achieve this? The simple thing is I have this array. Okay, let me create a new one. So I have this array, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over here, solution. Cool. So what I can do, I will be having one pointer I over here, I, and that I would be at the right hand side, right? Left hand side. And then okay, let me just adjust the screen. It's better now, right? So I will be having another pointer, and that would be at the end, right? So my I will move over here and my j will move toward this direction, right? Visible?
Yeah.
And then you mentioned that we are going to swap, right? And we will, and once we have swapped, then we'll move, right? What will the base condition where I will end my swapping?
Is equal to j or j greater than I.
Yes, I need to move as soon as I is greater than 3, right? Alright, cool, great. And again, this reversal is so much easy that there exists no solution for this, right? So sum of array we have done over here like this. Cool, array helper. Okay, so reverse we can also create in the helper only, right? Because way too basic function to make a reverse. So public static void and then reverse. Cool. What we are expecting? We are expecting an array, right? That integer array we are expecting. And what will I am going to do? I will take an integer as I, that will be from the starting point, right? So this is equivalent to this, because the 0 is the starting index we have seen in the first lecture, right? And then again I need another j, right? And it should be array dot length, and array dot length will give me the size plus 1. So I need to make sure that it's I minus 1. So I made sure that j is at here, right, in position 4, and I is at position 0, right? Now loop, right? So loop we need to run as soon as I is greater than I is less than j, right? And what I need to do? I need to do the swapping, right? So swapping is one of the code that should be mandatory for everyone to know, right? So it will be, I need to take the temp value, right? So arr I will be the temp value. So I have stored the value of the I. So one value I have, right? So I can replace the area over here. I'm not explaining how this reversal happens because it's way too easy, and I'm expecting that you are already aware of it, right? So I can now, because I have saved the value of y, so I can update the value of y, right? Because I can later access the previous value because it's in the temp value. So I'll put the value of j over here, and at the j place, what I'm going to do, I will just place the temp, right? So by doing this, what I have done, I have just reversed the values, right? Actually, I have to return anything to make sure. So over here, I can try to do this thing, and then one thing more that I have to do is I have to make sure that it gets updated, right? Values get updated, right? This thing. So what do you think? Will it work or not? I'm audible?
Odd numbers, it may not.
Okay, we'll check everything. Right. So even number, even array. Okay, so if you are saying that odd even there might be an issue, then let's take 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, right? And 6. This is for even numbers, right? And sys out even array. Okay, we need to use array helper, right? First array helper dot print, and then we will use the even, right? Even array. So the first thing that will be printed will be even array, right? And what we can do, we can just make sure that array before reversal, or just okay, array before reversal. And then what we are going to do, just going to copy paste, and then we need to use array helper dot reverse, and then even array, and then array after reversal, and the same thing again, copy paste it. If we try to run this, okay, print ln is required. Okay, print should have an existing outer suite. Okay, let's run it again. So before 1 2 3 4 5 6, after 6 5 4 3 2 1, right? That means it worked well, right? With even, right? With odd also it will work fine, right? There is no issue because our sequence is way too generic. Odd array. So let's just move 5, right? And over here, just place here and place here, right? And let's just add odd array length. if we run this for odd array length 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, we haven't reversed odd. My bad. Again, let's reverse it. For odd 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 4 1, because our our logic is not dependent on odd and even. We are not dividing by 2 or something, right? When we have to divide by 2, then we have to think, because if we divide odd, then there will be only one center, right? Mid. But if we divide even, then there we will face 2 even, right? Then we have to think how we are going to work with that, right? But for this question,
Okay.
we are not dividing anything, right? So in even odd, there is nothing indifferent that we have to handle, and our logic is pretty same, right? We have to just keep on moving this I plus plus, and we have to just keep reducing this, right? And as soon as I also becomes 3, okay, let's do one more thing. Okay, so in the first loop, what eventually going to happen, I will replace 5, right? I will become 5 and j will become 100, and then I will do the I plus plus, right? And then I will do the j minus minus, right? So after first iteration, this will be the values, right? And post this thing, what I'm going to do, I'm going to replace this 4 with this 2, right? And then again what I'm going to do, I plus plus and j minus minus, right? Now our condition says that I should be less than j, but over here it's equal to, right?
Yeah.
So that's why if it's even and odd, does not matter. It will, every time we are trying to do this, we will face the same dilemma, because what we are doing over here, we are not doing anything, right? If we just take another example with 6 as well, I'm going to delete it later on. Okay, and 6, so it will be 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Over here 5, right? So our I will start from here, right? Our j will start from here, right? And it's going to move here, and it's going to move to the right hand side, right? So first thing, what we are going to do, I'm going to replace 1 with 5 and 6 with 1, right? Then again I move both of these things are. Then I replace, okay, shit, this is 6. Then I replace this with 5 and this with 2, right? Again I plus plus, right? Now I'm at 3, and over here I'm at 4, right? Now I'm going to replace 4, and this I'm going to replace as 3, right? Now what will happen, that I will be sitting at 3, right? And j will be sitting at, okay, let me just move it a little bit here. So this is what the condition will look like. So now I is less than j, right? In odd case, I and j will become equals to, right?
Yeah.
And at even cases, I will become greater than j, right? That's why for these cases we never use equals to over here. That whenever it, okay, not here. In reverse, we never use that I should not be equal to j, right? Because if we try to do this thing, then what will happen?
Okay, yeah, got it.
Come again.
I am not equal to J.
Or I equals to j and negation, and over here, because this will never happen, right? In case of even, right? In case of
Yeah.
odd, this will happen, but in case of even, it will never happen, right? Because j will become
Yeah.
less than I. So the only condition that we should be working over here is this one only. 2. And also one more thing, that we are wasting 2 lines, right? We are wasting 2 lines here for no reason, right? From 13 to 25. This I plus plus, right? What is the last time that I'm using I? Over here, right? So after this, I don't have to use I again, right? So I can directly do plus plus over here, right? And when's the last time I'm using j? Over here, right? So I can directly use j minus find value, right? So let's check whether it will make any changes to our code. 1 2 3 4 5 6, no. 6 5 4 3 2 1, no. 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2, right? Why it's working? Because I plus plus will not impact it, right? It's going to change the value of 5 when this line has been executed, right? And post this line below this, we are doing I plus plus already, right? So we don't have to use another line for this. Same goes with j minus minus as well. Over here it will provide the value of j, after that it will deduct the value of j. And why we are, I mean, it don't make sense if we do it over here, right? So that's the only thing. So this while logic is of, it will be of 4 lines only, right? That's what we are doing. We are reversing,
Okay.
right? Reversal is only 3 lines logic. Sorry, this 5 line logic is the reversal. Whenever I want to reverse something, it's only 5, right? And out of 5, 3 is for just for swapping, right? I can make another method just for swapping, but cool, let's not divide it into more things.
This declaration, while int every time you are doing declaration,
You can take it out from here, there is no
and
issue.
take it out.
You can take it out over here, there is no issue. But you need to initialize it first, right, before using it. You can remove it from here, I can remove it from here. So you can do this as well, but there is nothing that you will change, right? What we will do, I mean, in the coding practice, what we are going to do over here, we have the temporary, right? You think that we are not using, I mean, why do you want to work in this way? Can you explain? What's the benefit of this? Is there any benefit? Are we creating less object? Are we creating more object? Is there any difference if I take this over here or not?
Only one memory location will be working if you take outside. Only
What will
once
happen?
it will allocate. Only once it will allocate memory. You do it outside.
We are not. Okay.
That,
Okay, you are saying that memory allocation will become once and then it will reuse it again and again, right? The value will be replaced
yeah,
again and again, and it will not going to create 4 byte
new
of.
variable. Yeah.
Okay.
If you do it inside, it will create again and again memory location.
Okay, you are saying that 4 byte will be freed and then 4 byte will be used, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but if 4 byte will be freed and 4 byte will be used, the output of the actual consumption will be 4 byte only, right?
Yeah. Consumption is 4 byte only.
So what have you achieved then?
On the stack, I think you are will be
As
you
soon
have to
as
allocate new only.
as soon as this variable is this loop ends, the variable that we have created over here, if the temp I is over here, integer I, if we declare inside this, as soon as this while loop ends, this variable ends, right? Because it exists inside this curly braces only if I declare it inside this, right? This is the first thing that we have done in Java session, right?
Okay.
Then it will
Okay.
be created again and again, right? I mean, we will be
Yeah.
consuming 4 byte only. There will be nothing indifferent in terms of memory usage, because 4 byte will be deleted as soon as this while ends. It just you
Okay.
are creating one variable, right? You want to just create, I mean, you are just reusing the same object again and again. It is different when you work with object, it's different when you work with memory that's working on the stack. We will see in later on in Java session only that how it works and what does it make an impact, right? And especially in the coding
Acha.
questions, you are wasting one line for no reason, right? If you can directly use this, you have one less line to look after, right?
Okay.
So it will be an overkill to take it out of here, right? Now you are aware that okay, while loop is over here, right? Reversal is over here. I don't have to do anything else. If you take it out from here and here, then
Acha.
there are 10 things in your brain. This variable can be used somewhere else. Now this variable cannot be used anywhere, right? If it
Acha.
helps you, if taking it out from here and placing it somewhere else, if it helps you in your coding, right, then it works, right? Then it helps. Right now we are not working at office, right? This is
Okay. Okay.
coding question that we are doing. Even if we were
Yeah.
working at the office, then to replacing this thing doesn't make any sense. I mean, I mean, it will not improve anything else. Good practice, though, if you can work, because with object it will make a great impact. But if you're not creating an object, then it's like simply memory consumption is indifferent. But it with the coding thing,
Understood. Yeah.
but with the coding thing, it will one thing is that number of line has increased, right? Now instead of this, now you have made your variable scope this thing, right? So if wrongfully you use somewhere else, you need to take care of this as well. If I just put it inside this, I know nothing, no one can use it. I don't have to think about this variable anymore, right? So that's the benefit. We are in coding now.
Good.
We should not be putting the concept of the coding, right? I mean, not coding, but the office work, right? Memory
Yeah.
management, all those things. It would be better for memory creation. In space complexity and time complexity, if something is helping us, then it's great. Otherwise, we are not going to do that because we want to optimize, right, our time and energy. Instead of this, we can also do this thing as well, right? This thing is also great. But the thing is, why a lot of people don't prefer this? Because the thing is, over here, if I'm using 10 things, right? Like this also I can execute, right? Number of lines is less. But I don't suggest it, because the thing is, if you are initializing 3 to 4 variables, then it's better if you do like this. Because if you have something to initialize, right? If you are a pro now, I mean, I don't have issue with this thing as well. But the thing is, if you are new, and there might be a chance that you get, I mean, this thing, I mean, you are not, I mean, you are not good with this thing, and there might be chance you will leave that, okay, over here I have done this and that, right? So it's better at the initial phases at least, declare the variable separately, especially when the assignments are different, right? Like over here and there. And these are the things that you will learn on your own when you keep on writing the code. So okay, so this was the reverse, right? Very easy, right? The total line, if you will check, then it will be 7 lines, right? 5 for this and 2 for this, right? Then I'm skipping the space. Cool. 7 line reverse, not more than that. Now, okay, all right. So the reversal was very easy, right? 2 pointers we have used. And what's the time complexity of this question?
Time complexity. Order of n.
Yes. Space complexity?
Space 1.
Yes, correct. All right. So this is again very basic item that we should not use our brain to answer, right? So basic, very basic. Now another thing what we are going to do. So we have seen one thing. Till now we have seen two things, right? From where we start, the two ways to solve a problem. The traversal from left to right, because array is linear, so we can move only left to right or right to left. So we can choose one of these two, right, to solve a problem. And the second is 2 pointers, right? So now I want to rotate an array, right? Now what does it mean by rotation in an array? Okay. So for example, I have, okay, my bad. Okay, for example, I have this divides underscore as well, 1, and okay, it's getting bad. So 2, then 3, then 4, and then 5. Okay, so I want to rotate. What's the difference between rotate and reverse? What's the difference between rotate and reverse? Okay, no issues. I will tell. See, reverse means we will completely reverse a digit, right? That we have done earlier, right? But if I want to rotate, what I'm going to do, I will start from here, right? And I will take it there and put it over here, right? 5. I will take 1 and put it at the place of 5, right? So I have
right side you are rotating.
Yes,
Right
right side.
rotation, left rotation.
It will be clockwise or anti-clockwise, right?
Okay.
So if I'm okay, we will see that thing also. So if I want to rotate the clockwise, all right, if I want to rotate the clockwise, then the output will be like, I have to shift it, right? I have to shift the values. How can I do it, right? Int 10. equals to 1, right? And then I will shift values. How will I shift? Over here it will be 2, 3, and then my bad 4, and then over here it will be 5, right? And then at the last index, what I'm going to do, temporary value I put it over here, right? This is the right rotation, right? Or the clockwise rotation, right? But if I want to do it twice, this is one rotation. If I want to do it again, then again I have to move the values, right? Shift the values 4, then over here it will be 5, then over here it will be 1, right? Now the temp value that earlier I had 1, it will be 2 in this case, right? Then at the end I will place 2, right? Now I have rotated twice. Two values I have rotated, right? And this is clockwise rotation, right? Will the clockwise or anti-clockwise rotation, will it yield the different output or the same output?
It will be different output.
Okay, it will be different or same?
It will be different.
Yes.
You will get 5, no?
So if our input is this, if I rotate anti-clockwise, then earlier I was taking 1 and then putting it at the 5, right? Now what I am going to do, I will take 5 and put it at the value of 1, right? So over here what I was doing, I was shifting the values to the left side, right? Over here I have to shift the value to the right hand side, right? Because I will take this value of 5 and put it over here, put it in the one part, right? So how I am going to do it, then then what I'm going to do, I'm going to right shift, right? And if I have to right shift, then the rightmost value will not be present, right? Like when I was doing the left shift, then the leftmost value is not present, right? 2 is not there anymore. Over here 1 is not anymore, then 2 is not here. That's why I need to save it, right? So entire thing gets reversed, right? So now if I want to use this temp value, so what will happen if now I need to keep it as 5, right? And now I have to shift it. So this will become 4, this will become 3, this will become 2, and this will become 1, right? And this temp value I will put at the front, so 5. And same thing if I have to do it again, then what will happen, I have taken the value of 5 because it was last value, right, at the initial time. Now again I have to right shift, then the value that I need to save will be 4, right, because it will be consumed. So 3 during the right rotation, then 2, then 1, my bad, 1, and then 5, and the last value gets duplicated, right? So this is duplicate value, so I can replace it 4, right? So this is the left rotation, right? I will just copy paste it just to show what is the right rotation and what is the left rotation look like at the end. See, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and over here 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, right? See the difference in right and left rotation? Visible?
Yeah.
So you can see when I do the clockwise rotation, then what happens? If the array is sorted, then the entire array gets shifted to the right hand side, right? Because 1, 2 used to be here, right? So in
Yeah.
clockwise rotation, if I want to do, then what happens? My array shifts towards right hand side, and in anti-clockwise, if you try to see, then what's happening? Then to it's moving on the same side, right? Then to it's moving to the right hand side only, right?
Okay.
There is, because it's linear, its movement can be only linear, right? Because the value of 1 will move. So if it's here, then it has to move, right? Whether if something comes from here or something comes from there, it has to move linearly only, right? And if you see in this way, then it will be very hard to find the difference. But one
Hmm.
thing, one pattern that you can see is that over here the 4 5, the value is 1 2 3 over here, right? See,
Hmm.
the majority part that has moved is what we have moved. In this thing is the anti, right? And this thing is the clockwise rotation, right? This is the clockwise rotation, right? So in the clockwise rotation I have moved two values, right?
Yeah.
And those two values, this is clockwise or anti-clockwise? Okay, okay,
It
first
is
let me,
clockwise.
okay, which rotation is clockwise and which one is anti-clockwise?
One, two, three. First one is clockwise.
First one is clockwise. Are you sure? We have rotated twice. So if some value, if one is over here, right, then it will be at the fifth position first, right? And then two will be at the first position, then two will be at the last position, right? Isn't this clockwise?
No, the above one is also clockwise, but above one is three shifts. The bottom one is two shifts.
Both are clockwise rotation.
Yeah.
Both
Number
are
of
clockwise.
shifts for the.
We have shifted twice only. Both things we have shifted twice.
Actually, twice you are saying. Okay. Then first one is anti-clockwise.
Yes. This one is anti-clockwise, right?
Second one is clockwise. Okay.
Yes. But the thing you can see over here, I have rotated is twice in both things, right? But over here you can see the things, right? 1 2 3. I have shifted twice. So these are two sorted arrays that has created over here, right? 1 2 3 and then 4 and 5, right? So
Hmm.
in the when I have done the anti-clockwise, then the two arrays that I get is of 2 and 3, right? Size. This is sorted and this is sorted, right?
Hmm.
Okay, you can take it as sorted because it will be useful in the later part. But if you'll see, the grouping that has been formed is of these two over here and these three over here, right? And if you take sorted input, right, but it this question and this logic that we are going to create at the end will work with the non-sorted array as well, right? Because rotation does not depend on the sorting logic, right?
Hmm.
Binary search will depend on it. I'm just showing you just to make sure that you get it in the later part as well when you're going to do it. Over here you can see the sorted array is 3 and then 2 ratio, right? Got
Yeah.
it? Over here it's
Yeah.
2 and 3, below is 2 and 3, right? So 2 3 3 2. So it's reversal, right? The size
Yeah.
is reverse, right? Okay, so let me just remove this. This is the only thing that I wanted to show. Now how can I solve this? The logic that we have used, how, I mean, to do the clockwise or anti-clockwise rotation, the logic we have created, how much time complexity do you think it's going to take if you try to solve in this way?
It's time complexity OFN.
O n. All right. There were
Yeah.
few things that we haven't completed in the first session. All right. Why do you think it could be O n?
Because to rotate five elements, you have to do five shifts.
It's not rotate. I mean, it's rotate, but the logic that what logic we have done? We have to rotate this thing, right? Okay, let's move to the clockwise, right? Because it's always easier to look at the clockwise stuff. So I'm taking one value as a temp, right? So
Okay.
one variable I'm using. So till now O1 time complexity. Cool. Sorry, space complexity. But what else I'm doing over here? I'm shifting the entire array to the left hand side, right? So
Sure.
one
Okay.
operation, two operation, three operation, and four operation,
N
right?
into n, order of n square it will be.
Yes. And then over here, one value, if I want to put the five operations I require, right? And then
Okay.
for second rotation again, I have to do the n operation again. So it will be completely n square, right? So if exactly I want to find out, then it would be the number of time rotation I want into the size. So it will be n into k, right?
Hmm.
Because if k equals to 1, if the rotation times will be 1, so it will be 1. it would be n only, because 5 into 1. If I want to do it twice, then 5 into 2, right? So it will be n into k. If you want to rotate the entire array to the n times, that will become n into n, right? Okay, cool. Understood?
Yeah.
Okay, so if we go with this way, it will be n square, right? But now I want you to solve it in the n square. We want to solve it in n. How can I do it? And the logic we are going to use over here will be the same logic that you have seen in some of the other parts of the coding portion. The logic we are going to use, if you try to Google top 20 questions for fresher and question, then you will find that thing. That logic, I mean that question, that's logic we are going to use over here. I mean, can you provide anything? Because we have to solve 2 more questions today. I mean, one we have solved. After this, 1 more question we need to solve today. Any logic that you can think of? Okay, let me stop the recording. So it's paused and it's recording. Cool, great. So see what will happen. This is the output, right? Eventually what we need, and this is the input, right? So what will happen? Okay. So let me just go down a little bit more. So this is the input that we have. This is okay. I need to just notice this, and this is the input. Great, cool. And the output that we want is this, right? This is the output that we want, right? Why
Okay.
it's only this, right? This is the output that we want. So what can we do, right? Let's say that I have this thing, right? We have already seen the n square method, right? How we are going to do it. We are going to left shift the entire array. That will be n operation. Then we will take this value of 1 and put it at the last end, because the 5 will be twice over here, right? So that will provide log n solution. But what if what we are going to use? We are going to use the reversal, right? How we are going to use reversal? Let's try to do it first. So this was the input. Let's try to rotate first these 2 values only. So it will be 2 and 1, right?
Okay.
And then what I'm going to reverse is 5 and then 3. Cool. So this is the value that I get by partially rotating the array, right? Segment wise rotation I have done, right? Now
Okay.
now I want to rotate the entire array. Over here what I have done, partial rotation, cool. And over here what I will do full rotation. Cool. Now if I do the full rotation, what will happen? 2 will take place of 3, right? So 2 and it will take the value of 3. Then 1 will take position of 4, right? So 1 and 4 comes over here, right? Can we see the output and input, the last part to be matching?
Okay. Last one is reversal you are doing.
Come again?
Last one you did the reversal of the
Oh,
partial rotation
yes.
also.
It's not rotation, it's reversal. Partial reversal and full
Full
reversal.
reversal.
So we are doing things in the sequence manner, right? We done the reversal first because it's going to be used, right? So that's why the few questions should be like that. You don't even need to think, because in this question, if someone will tell you, okay, you need to do the partial reversal and then the full reversal, right? Then you should be confident enough to write the reversal code in a single go, right? You should know, that okay, the reversal code maximum requires 5 lines, right? And why I'm saying
Okay.
5 lines, even if we have seen over here this thing, we can even use even I and j, right? These values we require. But these values we can take it as parameters over here as well. Sometimes it has been provided in such a way, otherwise in the 7 lines max, right? And we are just holding the variables over these 2 lines too. So you must be confident enough that okay, reversal I have done it many times, so I don't have to think. Okay, so I will just try to write the logic for the partial reversals, right? And full reversal. and how to handle, because reversal I know, I just need to make sure that I am doing this reversal over here and I am doing this reversal over here, right? So this thing only I need to handle, right? But we have seen right now the the clockwise rotation we have seen, right? This answer we are getting for the clockwise rotation, right?
Yeah.
Clockwise rotation. Now this is the solution that we are going to implement. Then what if I want to do the anti-clockwise rotation? Now this thing will fail, right? Okay, now this thing will fail, right? Because anti-clockwise rotation, the output will not be this. What will be the output? In anti-clockwise, I will take this 5 and put it over here, right? So
5 and 4.
And then 4 will come over here, right? So it will be 4, 5, 1. I mean, I have done this many times, and that's why I'm writing it directly. You might need, if you're doing it first time, you need to think about it, right? Because what I will do, 5 will be at the first position, right? And then 4 will push 5 again, right? So that's why 4, 5. And the rest needs to, because these are getting pushed, so they will be, these 3 will be in the same sequence, right? So 1, 2, 3 I have placed here. So it's going to take some time, right? Because rotation, reversal, we do it with other data structures as well. So it's common for me. So it's, if you're taking some time, you can take some time, right? It's completely fine. But I'm just, don't think that, it's very easy. Sometimes you need some time to make sure we are able to do this process, right? And this is basic item, right? To reverse and rotate. So again, so you need to do it manually many times also, because the logic you need to prepare in your mind. So now the logic that we have done, if I take this input and if I now try to do the partial reversal of 2 and 1 and then partial reversal of this, then the output will remain same, right? The output will remain same. And why I'm doing this, I can tell you. Okay, so let's, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I do this, so this will be 2 and 1, 2 and 1, right? And this will be 5
5 3.
and 3, right? And if I now try to do the full rotation, then it will be 3, 2, 4 and 1, right? But this is not the output that we are seeking, right? This is different than the output that we are seeking, right? So, but the thing that I have just shown you in the earlier, when I compared these two, okay, not issue, when I compared both output, right? So what we have seen at that time, the 2 and 3 and 3 and 2 combination was being created, right? This combination that has been created. Let me show you again. See, when I wanted to rotate clockwise, then 4, 5 after, okay, my bad, sorry. Okay, clockwise rotation when I wanted to do. So what happened? This was the output. 3, 4, 5 and 1, 2, right?
Yeah.
And what have we done with the clockwise rotation? 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, right? So what was the combination? 3 and comma 2, right? And anti-clockwise, what is the combination? Over clockwise it was 3 and 2, right? And over here it is 2 and 3, right? It's 2 and 3, right? 2 and then 3. I mean, you are getting what I'm trying to explain over here.
No, you are starting and ending element only you are referring to. 2 and 3 pair means?
Okay.
Acha, starting continuous elements from the beginning and the end. Okay.
Yes. See, the sequence needs to be remain same, right?
3 2. Yeah, 3 2. Got
So,
it. Okay.
over here it's 3 and now 2, right?
2. Yeah.
And over here, if you will check, it's 2 and then 3, right?
3.
So sequence has changed, right? So again, if the sequence has changed, now we also has to change the sequence in which we are rotating partially, right? Because full reversal does not make any sense, right? So partial reversal. Now I need to switch the ranges. Earlier what I was doing, because I need to rotate twice in the clockwise, so what I have taken 2 and 3, right, to choose. Now, and what is the 2 and 3, right? 0 to k minus 1 to k to length minus 1, right? So you can, I mean, instead of this thing k minus 1 and all, you can in numeric form you can say 1 to k. 1 to k is 1 to 2, right? If k equals to 2, if I have to rotate it twice. So from 1 to 2 I have rotated, partial reverse, and from 3 to length 5 I have partial reverse, right? In the clockwise, but in the anti-clockwise I'm going to reverse that thing, right? I will be going with the 3:2.
Okay.
Alright, so what will happen? Over here it will become 3, it will become 1, and it will be a simple reversal, right? 4 and 5, if I try to reverse this 4 and 5, what will it become? 5 and 4, right? So it is partial reverse, right? And then when I will go ahead and do with full reverse, then what will happen? 3 will take value of 2, so 2 and 3, right? Over here it would be 5 and 4. So is output same or different? Different, right?
Yeah.
3 to 1, and it will be 5 and 4. Anti-clockwise rotation 2, and we have what we have done. We have done 4. Okay. My bad. I have reversed in the wrong way, right? So wait. This is the code, right? So 5 will become go at the 4, 3 will go at the 3, and then this 5 will go at the place of 2 and 2 and 1, right? Okay, my bad. Over here it will be 2. Now check the output and the result after full reversal. It's
Okay.
correct, right? See, the thing is, I know that you are not able to follow right now, right, what the value is going on. But the thing is, you have to do manually. You have to do it again and again in a notepad or anything. I mean, notepad, I'm not saying use the online method. You can use the online method, but you have to try it yourself. Because
Yeah,
using
I
this
got it.
solution, have you ever seen this solution before?
No.
You haven't seen this solution before.
No.
All right. Okay, cool. No worries.
Yeah.
This the same concept of partial reversal we are going to apply in different data structures as well. See, so this is the basic. This is one of the basic stuff, right? Whenever we have to rotate things, right? Then we will use this thing
Okay.
in the later session also. This technique to partial reverse and then full reverse. This technique we will use in the later on as well. And this is as 2 plus 2, right? This is basic. This is basic technique, so you need to practice on your own, right? You need to make sure that your mind is practically available to get this thing, right? You have to again do it, because this is one of those questions that we need to know, because in later on also. And the thing is, the rotated array, this rotated array, right now we are creating a rotated array, right? But later on we will see that we will get a rotated array, and over there we need to operate. So this rotated array, if you are aware of this rotated array, it will be helpful in a lot of cases, not just to solve this kind of question, but in other question as well, where the input is rotated array. Because what eventually happens, I directly faced the question of rotated array, and I was blank, because over that time to think, is this rotated array right rotated, clockwise rotated or anti-clockwise rotated, will it make difference? So those kind of questions I was facing at a time while I was trying to solve the question. So if you are good with this, so you will know that okay, this is right rotation, left rotation, will it impact the question that I'm trying to solve right now? So those kind of things you don't need to think if you are good with this already, right? Because you know how to rotate an array as well. So given that, Now this question is available on leetcode, right?
Okay.
All right. So now we are going to solve. See, okay, reverse an array. Okay, okay, wait. Okay, so it's actually the rotate an array. We have rotate an array, right? Already with us. So we are going to solve this problem. Cool. So okay. Shit. One thing. Okay, but I don't think you have. Okay. So what I'm going to do over here, right? So first thing first, right? Public void reverse. Cool. Because we need to reverse, right?
Hmm.
How can I solve this question, right? To solve this question, I have two things. First thing, I will reverse partial, right? Then I will reverse complete reverse, right? Full reversal, right? These two things I have to do, right? That's it. And what it's saying, that given an integer array nums, rotate the array to the right by k steps, right? Where k is non-negative. Okay, so k is how many times I need to rotate. And what does it mean by right rotate, right? We have only seen clockwise and anti-clockwise, right? So what is the right rotate? We can see over here. So what's the output? See, the input is this, right? And the
Anti-clockwise.
outputs it's saying that okay, 3 will be there. So as soon as I can see the 7 is 3 times I have reversed and it has taken this value over here, 7, right? So it means 7 from here has moved to 1 value, 2 value and 3 value. So it's anti-clockwise variation it wants, right? Cool. So this is how, I mean, the first thing is, if you don't know, so the what is the mean by right, to the right of the array. So sometimes what people think, okay, the 1 will go to the right, and it will go over here, but we should be aware that, right, we should be able to see how the output has moved, right? So one thing, so we have already covered that, so there is no issue with this. You need to practice on your own, right? I'm just showing you how easy it will become if we know the reversal part, right? So reverse, what is the thing that we'll get, right? Integer, I need to do the partial reversal as well, right? So I will get an array that will be nums over here. They are saying nums, so I'm also using nums too. Then what will I'm going to do in the reverse nums, I need the start index, right, and end index. So why start and end? Because I want to partially rotate it, right? Okay. All right, over here. So we can even ignore this and let's go full screen. And for partial, I need value, right? 3 and 2 to get reversed. Okay, partial reversal 1 to 3. So I need to, for the input, I need to give the values, right? That okay, from index 0 to index 2 you need to reverse, right? So for that thing, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take in the input as this thing, right? Then the logic will be entirely same, right? That's why I said that that's going to take only 5 lines. Then the start should be less, okay, my bad. Then the start should be less than the end, right? And then what will happen? Integer temp value I'm taking, and then what I'm going to do, the nums value start I will take, and then nums end I'm going to put the value. See, it will be start, because whatever value we have folded, the same value I can replace with something else, right? So nums end, and then nums end equals to temp, right? And over here I can do plus plus, over here I can do minus minus. See, I don't have to, I should not have to even think what I'm writing over here, right? So this is how you should be, that okay, cool, this is the thing. And now when you try to solve it many times, right, now you will see the pattern, right? Start end, right? These kind of pattern you will see, this cross section and this diagonal section and diagonal section. So you will see it automatically, right? And if you try to write something else, it will irk your eye. Okay, something feels awful. So this plus plus minus minus also we have done, right? And we have less than greater than equals to we have used. Cool. So we are sorted with our reverse, right, till now.
Okay.
So we can now what we have to deal with is just this partial item, right? So there is one edge case also that we are going to see over here later on. So I have to reverse partially, right? So how can I okay, so what in what manner should I reverse the values? Should I go from 0 to k and then k plus 1 to k minus 1? Which value we have selected? We have to do the anti-clockwise, right? Clockwise. And where is clockwise rotation? Okay, this is anti-clockwise rotation. Anti-clockwise rotation. Anti-clockwise rotation. So which thing we have taken, right? The value from 0, from index 0, we have rotated twice, right? But we haven't taken twice value, right? We haven't taken twice value, right? Over here. We haven't
3,
done 0 to 2 to k plus 1 to this, right? So what we have done over here? So what values we have, right? We have the value size. Okay, my bad. Let's remove this and size layer. What size we have? We have size equals to 5, right? And what we have k equals to 2, right? And what values we require? We require one value as 3 and one value as 2. How can we get these values? I can size minus, I need range, right? I need range 0 to 3, right? And from this value I need 0 to 2, right? 0 1 2, right? 0 0 1 2, right? And then 3 to 4. These ranges are required, right? Now it's just mathematical operation, right? You need to start with 0, obvious, like 0 0 will be there. Then how can I get 2? 5 size minus k minus 1, size minus k, size minus k minus 1, right? So this is the first range that we get. And then next k was 2, right? So k plus 1, 2, size minus 1, right? So this size minus 1, 4, this what I'm doing, size minus 1, whatever I'm doing, we can take length minus 1, right? Array dot length minus 1 directly we can take. So even size minus 1 we can just replace with size only. So if I want to do the size only, we can take, because I will take the size as 4. Why I'm taking size as 4? Because in the coding I will use array dot length minus 1, right? So now what will be the output? Size is 4, right? Minus size 2. So what will be the output? 4 minus 2, 2, right? And over here also size minus 1 I don't have to do, because k plus 1, what will the k plus 1? K is 2, right? And from there, let me write this 2. Okay, 2. Size. The k value is 2, right? And plus 1 will be 3. So 3 to 4. Got it?
Yeah.
Whenever you have to do it's basic maths, right? You can just check what values you have and what values you need. Based on that you can create your own values. So if I want to reverse, right? I want to reverse. One thing is obvious, I will send the nums, right? This array nums will be sent. Now what will the start point? Start point will be 0, right? Obviously, because how we will reach to the 0? Because over here only we have seen that from 0, okay, I have just okay, I have removed it, but okay, from 0 we have to use, and how much, where I have to go? Again, let me write it down. From 0 to size minus k, right? This will be 0 to size is 4 minus 2, and it will be eventually 2, right? So the final value will be 0 to 2, right? And the same thing you can do. What thing you require? 0 k plus 1 to size, right? So this thing, starting point and end point will remain same, right? These are constant. The only thing you are playing with is the mid values, right? So from k plus 1 you are going to the size, right? And k will be 2, so it will be 2 plus 1, 2 plus 1, 3. So let me just write 3 and 4, right? Because it's easy computation. So over here, so what we have seen, I need to go from 0 to size minus k, right? So I need to have the value of size. So what I can say, I can take the size array dot length minus 1, right? So size minus k, right? And for full reversal, what I want, obviously full reversal I don't, okay, partial reversal I need to do it in two forms, right? Reverse
Two times.
partially. Okay, so over here I need k plus 1 to size, till size, right?
Yeah.
So partial reversal I have done over here, and then full reversal, okay, and this is the partial reversal thing that I need to do. And the full reversal, it's very simple, right? Reversal I don't
Okay.
need to require to anything, it will be size, right? Reverse size. Cool. See,
Okay.
now the only thing, if you know the reverse, the only thing that you need to think about is how to manage these sizes, right? If you are able to
Okay.
find out these sizes, then this question is ended, right? If you know how to reverse a thing. Let's just try to run the test cases, and then we will take care of the edge case also. Okay, there is no array, right? There is no array, nums is there. Okay, reverse, there might be a chance the spelling is wrong. Okay, nums array has not been provided, right? What I'm doing over here is the same thing that happens when somebody is using these tools for the first time, right? Because what happened, I forgot to add something, right? Because if every time we are not going to practice over here on leetcode and we practice over our ID only every time, then for the first time, if the ID is different, then we find it hard, right? And whenever, right now we are not in the interview, right? So if we have 10 or 12 variables to hold in our mind, and the logic also, and we haven't written it down anywhere, and then we find these red screens again and again, then it shatters our confidence a lot, right? See, one case has been passed, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, right? This case has been passed, so our output becomes this, right? So that means we have rotated it well, right? But there is one case that has not been taken care of properly, right? So now what we are going to do, we will see what different is the case, right? One thing that we can see, I'm just letting you know how to debug the cases where our one case is passing, one case is failing, or every case is failing, right? So this case has been passed, right? So if you compare these two inputs, then you can directly see two differences, right? One difference is this, the size of this is even, oh sorry, odd, right? And the size of this is even, right? Four values. The
Okay.
other difference in the input that you can see is this has only positive integers, while this has negative integers as well, right?
Okay.
So one question we need to say to ourselves, that all right, do the negative and positive value impact anything in our rotation? I need to rotate, right? Whether the value is negative or
Nothing.
positive does not matter, right? I'm not doing anything
Nothing.
with the matter, right? Even over here,
Yeah.
you can do A B C D 1 2 3 1000 9000. I don't care. I'm rotating the stuff only.
Yeah.
So we, when while judging based on these two things, we know that okay, this thing does not make sense. I mean, the negative is not the case factor over here, right? So
Okay.
what else we will see? We will see, okay, so one thing we have, okay, we were able to find out only two differences. One is the even and odd size, right? Second is the negative and positives. So we know that negative positive does not make sense, right? Then there might be a chance that okay, we are able to solve this question when the input is even, odd, but not when the input is even, right? So over here with the k input, let's see what different does it making, right? We need to rotate it anti-clockwise, right? We need to rotate it anti-clockwise, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Right side.
If I want to rotate it into the right hand side or the anti-clockwise, then what will happen? That check the output, what's the output we are getting, and how far is it from what we are expecting.
So that 99.3 swapping somewhere is
From where?
99 and 3, that swapping is not happening.
99, see this 10 value should be put over here 99, right? But the expected value, okay, okay, this is the input. Cool, great. So this 99 should be put over here, then followed by 3, so the output should be 399 minus 1 minus 100. Expected 391 minus 1 minus 100, great. And what's our output? Okay, so I'm just showing you the process. So see,
Okay.
we have this as a input, right? So with our logic, where do we stand? We know that okay, if we try to push it over here, this thing 99, it should be in the first reversal, it should be over here, right? Because we are going to reverse it, and then it will be minus 1 minus 100 and 3. This was the n square solution, right? And then eventually the 3 will come again over here, so it will be 3 and this, right? And this is the output that they are expecting, right? 399 minus 1 minus 100, right? But what's our logic? Our logic will dictate that first of all, what we need to do, we need to rotate these two, right? Partially rotate these two, because k equals to 2. So we will do minus 100 and minus 1, right? And then we will rotate 99 and 3, right? And then we will rotate the entire thing, so 3 and minus 100 first, and then 99 and minus 1, right? So what our logic dictates and what the output expects is entirely same, right? So that means our logic does not disintegrate, or our logic remains valid. The other thing is
Code, we did not code somewhere.
the solution that we have provided, in that solution we have provided the exactly correct answer, right? So where do you think we are landing? So what we can do, the very first thing is we need to go over here and check whether the size of rotation are same, right? 399. Okay, so test cases, okay, not test cases, we'll run again, and then we'll come to find out that this is the case where we have failed, right? So what thing has failed, right? We need to check that how this output has come with our logic. 99 rotation and 3 minus 1 and 100, right? 3 minus 1 and 100. So are you able to see 3 is at the minus 1 and minus 1 is at the position of 3, right? So how do you think from here with our logic this is the input and this is the output that we have achieved, and this is the output that we have achieved, right? So if whatever we are doing right now, can we think about it, how we reached here? So if you see, if I take the array size for reversal, these 3 and this one only, right? So what will be the value? 3 minus 100 and minus 1, right? And then 99. Cool till now?
Oh, partial. This one is partial.
This one is partial. And if I full rotate it again, now, if I full rotate it again, will the value remain same or change? It will not be this thing, right? If I fully reverse this thing, now the output will not be this, because 3 will not be sitting next to 3. This is the output that we are getting, right? From the input, this minus 103. So minus 100, 399. If we take this 2 and this 2, then obviously the answer will be correct. We have checked it over here, right? But somehow we are not taking it, right? So if I try to take the array and divide partially, rotate 3 and then taking this value as single, right? These 3 value to partially reverse and this as a single value, then it's not working, right? So what we can do, we can try to take these 3 now, first 3 values. Minus 1, if we keep it over here and then try to reverse these 3, then what will happen?
99,
3 and then minus 100, right? And then if I try to reverse everything, then also it's not coming, right? The output that we are expecting.
Mm.
right? So the thing is, if we try to do this manually thinking our logic, sometimes there might be a chance that everything will work fine and great, right? But in most
Mhm.
of the times, we are going to waste a lot of time. So the
Sure.
best case scenario is we should not do this thing, right? There might be chance out of when solving 10 question, we will be able to handle it quickly, right? So
Right.
it's better to just go and check our logic. Take this input, right? And k equals to 2. So now I just need this thing input. I should know, okay, I had this input and the value of k equals to 2, right? I have my logic placed intact, right, with me. So what I'm going to do, so this is the values that I have right now. And now I will check the code that I have written, right? The code I have written. So what will the value of size over here, right? First check, start is less than end, right? Is this thing correct? Start less than end. Temp value I am taking it from the start, right? And then start plus plus, and I'm sending the value to end, right? Then end minus minus, and then setting value to I. Do you find anything wrong with this code? Okay, rotation is correct, right? I mean, you can judge it based on that only, because our first solution is correct, right? So
Yeah, that
there
is
is
correct.
nothing wrong with that, and you should be confident enough, right, that this is correct.
Yeah, that is
Then
correct.
only you will save the time. So coming
Yeah.
back to this thing, so now we know that okay, the only case of failure will be this logic that we have created over here, right? This is the place of error, right? So let's check
Mm.
what's the value. I mean, for we know that for our case, the value, the range should be 0 to 1, right? 0 to 1 for first rotation, right? Partial rotation or reversal. And then from 2 to 3, right? This should be the range of next rotation, right? Then only it will work, right? I need to rotate this thing 0 index, 1 index, right? 2 index and 3 index. So this is the values that we should get. And over here we can see the nums. I'm entering 0, right? It should be 0 to 2. It should be 0 to 1. My bad. What will be the size of the array? It's num length minus 1, right?
4.
Yes, 4. It is
4
4.
minus
And
2, 2.
if I have minus 2, so it
So
will be
0
0
to
to
2,
2.
minus 1 it should come.
Come again?
Minus 1 it should come less. 1 less it should be there.
So the size will be 4 and k value we have 2, right? 4 minus 2, the value will be 2.
Hmm.
And what will the value of value here? It will be k plus 1. K is 3 and 2 4. My bad. Length is 3, right? Length is 3. So 3 minus length minus 1, right? 4 minus 1 is size. So size value will be 3, right?
3, okay.
So 3 minus 2, it will be 1. And over here, k plus 1, so 2 is the k value k, so it will be 3 and 4. And then we are doing the full reversal. It seems fine, right?
Okay.
It seems fine, right?
Yeah.
Okay. See the k plus 1. What's the value of k? It's 2, right? For our input case where we are failing, it's 2, right?
Uh,
So the k plus 1 will be 3, right?
yeah.
And what, what is the maximum index this can hold? 3, right? 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3, right? Because the array size is 4. So max index is size minus 1, right? So instead of k plus 1, if it should be k, it was like 3 and 3. If I do the k plus 1, then it was doing 3 to 3.
Okay.
Alright, so if I remove the k, then it will become 2 and 3, right? Let's run it again. Now it's giving error over here, right? But it's working fine with here, right?
Okay.
Now it's giving error over here. And why and how can we tackle this question? You're getting my point. Even though we know that
Yeah.
it's working fine, but we are facing some issues when we want to put our code, right? We
Mm.
want to convert our logic. We are good with the logic, right? And if the
Mm.
interviewers agrees that okay, your logic is fine and great, okay, so I'm all in with your logic, but I want you to implement it. So that's where we will fall, right? Because the thing is, we are unable to write the code directly.
Mm.
Right now there is another issue, right? And we will find one more in the later parts. Right now it's not, we haven't faced it right now. So do you want to take some time and let me just stop the recording? So see, what we have to check over here is, let's go back to our solution page. So this is an array. Let's suppose this is the array we get, right? This is the array we get. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5. And they're saying rotated right or left, right? Doesn't matter. In this case, it won't matter. And they want me to rotate the values to the times of the size of array, right? So instead of 1 2 3 4 5, let's not take this array. Okay, let's not take this array and we'll take an array of lesser size, right? So only 3. So 1 2 and 3. So they are telling me to rotate it thrice, right? So what will happen if I rotate it thrice? In the first go, let's say that it's anti-clockwise, right? So 3 will be here, 1 will be here and 2 will be here, right? I have rotated it once, right? Now I want to rotate it this again. What will happen? 2 will come over here, right?
We'll get same array.
2 3 and 1, right? And if I rotate this the third time, what will happen? 1 will come here, then 2 and 3.
Mm.
So if I have an array and I rotate it to the size of the array, the input and the output will remain.
Same.
Yes. So if someone says, if an array is of size 3 and someone says to rotate it 3 times, then the array remains same, right? So
Yeah.
if someone says 3, size of array is 3 and rotate it 5 times, so how many times I have rotated it? Over here it's 0 times I have rotated it, right? Over
Yeah.
here I
Two.
have rotated it 2 times, right? Because 3 will make no impact, right?
Okay.
And the rest of the 2 times it will make an impact,
Okay.
right? Got it?
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So now the thing is, we know that the value of k that we have. Again, we should go to solve the question. So the value of k that we have, what we can say, we can update it, right? We can just take the modulus of
Okay.
array dot length, right?
Mm.
Is this correct, or should I take the reversal of it? The value of k will be greater, right?
Yeah, it is a modulo K.
Yes. Now if I try to submit the code, okay, there is no, okay, nums, there is nums instead of AR. Okay. So let's try to submit it. Now, if I'll see, our code will be submitted, right? 100%. I mean, it's the best solution, and no need to care about this thing otherwise. But the thing is, this is the solution that we have used, right? But can we optimize it a little bit more?
No, I did not get how you got that error. How you got that array out of bounded K? Input element was one element and K was two.
Yes.
Uh,
So
why?
the size we divided the array, right? Because how
Acha.
we have divided the array? From
Okay,
0 to
okay.
mid.
Acha, negative you will get. Acha. Negative mid element you will get. That is why out of bounded K. Okay.
See, the
Yeah.
value was, okay. We are discussing regarding a single case, so I can stop the recording again. So see, there will be one more. We are clear with this thing, right? How we are doing
Hmm.
this rotation and all. But is there any other way as well in which we can achieve the same solution? We are good with this k values, right? The how we are getting the
Hmm.
value of k. Cool. Instead of writing this logic again and again, what we can do, we need to get the partial anti-clockwise rotation we need, right? So this is the input and this is the output, right? And this is how we have achieved this, right? Till now. Alright. First we did the full reversal or partial reversal, and then we did the full reversal, right?
Hmm.
If I reverse the logic, if I do the full reversal first, if I
Acha.
do the full reversal first and then do the partial reversals, alright, so this is the input. If I do the full reversal first and then do the partial reversal, full reversal, I will get the 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1, right? And then instead of going with the other flow, I mean other flow in the sense, earlier I was doing this -1, right? And now I can directly go from 0 to the value I need to rotate, and then from there I need to go from k plus 1 to the value I want to rotate. You get it, from 0 to k and from k plus 1 to size, right?
Acha.
That's
Okay.
exactly what we were doing in the clockwise rotation, right? So now I have rotated it partially. Okay, this is the partially rotated, fully rotated, right? Now I will partially rotate it from 0 to k. So it will be from
Okay.
4 to 5, right? And the rest will I have to rotate from here to here as well, from k plus 1 to this, right? So it will be 1 and 3, right? So 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. What's the output required? 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, right? Got it?
Okay.
So what's the value that I'm using? So it will become easy for me to handle as well now. So I will do the full rotation first. Cool. Full rotation is first. Then I will do the partial rotation, right? And I can even remove these things. Okay, my bad. So full reversal is first, and the reverse partially will be down here. And okay, and this thing I can remove, right? So this thing I have to do, right, for to handle the cases where the size of rotation is greater than the size of the array, right? And over here, what I have done, I have just taken from 0 to k minus 1 value, right? Why k minus 1? Because array start from 0, right? And then if I try to submit, now the output will be better, right? Even I have saved one more line, right?
Acha.
This better. Now instead of falling for the computations or all those things, now it becomes way too easy, right? Because now our values is not dependent on the size and all. I just want to rotate because I have used over here this value of k, and the logic is from 0 to k and then k plus k to the size of the array. So my logic becomes easier, like it's of the clockwise rotation, right? In the rotation, anti-clockwise rotation is always trickier. So by doing this thing, reversing first thing, I have reversed the flow, right? And now it will easier for me to handle these values, right? Otherwise it was becoming hard, right? I need to take another variable as well to find out the middle and doing the computations. Now this made the things lot easier, right? And now you see, because you are already aware of this thing, right? This thing is a
Acha.
separate question and you are aware of it, right? Now you know that this question needs only 4 lines, right? Now this question of rotate question becomes a 4-line solution for you, because you are already aware of these 4 lines, these 5 lines. Now you are aware of these 4 lines. Then this question of rotate is just for 4-line question for you. Cool. So that's how. And now if somewhere down the road, if we find a solution question where we need to rotate the array, then
Acha.
because you will be aware of this thing already, then that particular question will become a 3-liner, 4-liner, or max 5-liner for you.
Okay.
All right. So see, the thing is, I think we should stop over here today, and because you okay, it's 6 p.m. also, right?